All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And we are excited for another Jasper Carrott reaction. This is now our third one. We appreciate everyone that's watched the other two. And this one comes from my way of request. And it's an interesting video because it's a story he tells, but it's also someone animated. And it looks almost like, I mean, I'm sure it's older, but it's almost like 80s animation or whatever, 70s or 80s animation. Which one we check it out, Jodi?
The Mole.
So it's The Mole in the Garden. When I first heard that request, I was like, okay, is that like a euphemism for something else? Or is that like this or that? Apparently it's not. Apparently this is a story where he actually had a mole in his garden.
All right.
And when I looked up, like, what does this phrase mean if it meant something else? There was all these articles about how you get rid of a mole. Apparently it's a big problem for people that have land or people that have farms or gardens or whatever. So we're excited to see this because Jasper Carrott is different than the other comedian that we've reacted to, because he tells stories, he does this or that. He's not like a full-on I tell jokes here and there. And it took us some getting used to the first time, but we are enjoying it. So, if you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Have you now?
I don't know where. Maybe I watched some other YouTube channel, I'm not sure. Here we go.
I've got this mole, you know. Right. It's making a hell of a mess of my garden. Well, it's strange really, because like I bought a house out in the country about a couple of years ago, and I inherited this mole, right? And like, well, being Birmingham born and bred, you know. Well, you don't come across a lot of moles in Birmingham, to be honest. Like, found a mole in Birmingham, they'd eat it. You know? And then we bought this house, like, and this mole, this mole has driven me mental. I tell you, like, if ever I cop hold of it, I'll bury it alive. I tell you. The mess they make, it's like I spend hours on my lawn rolling it and cutting it, you know, and getting it all level, and you wake up next morning like zits all over your lawn.
Lifted up the lawnmower.
I've tried everything to get rid of it. Well, the thing is, I mean, first of all, you think, oh, mole, get rid of the mole. So you go along to the hardware shop and you say, can I have a mole trap? Sensible. And they sell it you with one of those knowing he'll-be-back smiles, you know. You give them like a, no, I won't. And the mole trap's like a big metal thing, and you have to bait it with worms.
Castle.
Yeah. You know. I use spaghetti, hope they wouldn't notice the difference. So I got this trap and baited it with worms and things, and I put it into the run and covered it all over. And the mole came along, right, and ate all the worms and shoved the trap out the way. It's not playing the game, is it, really? No. And I tried it for about 4 or 5 months, you know, like, and like the mole stopped digging because I was feeding him all the bloody worms. So I went back to the hardware shop and he gave me his... and he sold me a box of fireworks, right, and called mole smoke. Yeah, and they're like Roman candles, you see. And like what you do, you light the end, and you stick it down the hole, you see. Like, and the smoke, which is heavier than air, lies in the run, is poisonous, and kills the mole. No, it doesn't. The moles love them. Oh, you can hear them. I've got a purple one.
No, it doesn't.
And people have got these loopy ideas how to get rid of moles and things. And this bloke says, there's only one way to get rid of a mole. He says, you've got to shove garlic and mothballs down the holes. They don't like the smell. Really? Yeah, it never fails. So I was there, 4 ton of the stuff. They ate the lot completely. Oh, immense. Bigger mole.
More, please. Oh, my God.
This other bloke comes, he said, there's only one way to get rid of a mole. He says, you've got to buy those little wooden windmills. And I don't know, you know, those long wooden stick things, and it's got a plastic bit on the end which whirs round in the wind. He says, you stick it down the middle of the molehill till the end gets in the hole. He said, and when the wind sends the whirly bit round, it vibrates the stick and the noise scares the mole away. I stood for it. I stood for it. I had 200 of them in my
Oh
lawn.
my gosh, that's kind of cool.
First gust of wind blew the fence down. Boom. So it was just a while. When I finally gave up, it was a while ago. And I was in the local boozer, you know, and I was in the bar here, all the yokels coming in, I was having a pint. And this bloke came in, you see, and he came up to me, he said, "Here, I hear you've got a mole." Yeah, yeah. You know, there's only one way to get rid of a mole. Blow its bloody head off.
That would work.
I said, "What sort of..." He said, "No, with a 12-bore. I said, "I've never seen the thing. How am I going to shoot it?" He said, "Oh, cost you a night's sleep, mind." Yeah. He said, "Yeah, what you got to do?" He says, "You've got to stay up all night in your garden." He said, "When it's quiet, Moley likes it nice and quiet. He starts digging. When he starts digging, he starts throwing his earth up on your lawn. When he's doing that, he's only half an inch from the top. Get your old 12-bore, line it up. Boom! Deader." I said, "It never fails, never fails." I said, "Right, where can I get a 12-bore?" He said, "Oh, you can borrow mine for a $5." Yeah, okay. So he came round, this was on a Sunday, strangely. And he bought this great big 12-bore, you know, and a great big box of cartridges, like enough to do a bank raid, you know, and so it was 11 o'clock, right, 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. There I was, I got this great big 12-bore, and I'd strapped a torch to the barrel. Clever, huh? So he stuck this torch to the barrel, and I got a revolving stool, you know, and I was there. And all the neighbours are watching him. "What's he doing?" I don't know. Imitating a lighthouse." I was there, like, it was about 3 a.m. in the morning, you know, like I'm on this stool. And suddenly I heard and there was this earth coming out on top of my lawn, about 5 yards ahead. I got me 12-bore. Bye-bye, Moley. The thing is, I know this sounds stupid now, but I'd never fired a 12-bore in my life. Boom! I flew 10 yards off my stool and shot all the apples out my tree.
Oh, gosh. That's a new tree. Yep.
I was furious. I was possessed. I was in... Baboon! 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 Come here, you little basket! Baboon! 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 The garden was like the Somme. Baboon! 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 There was this blue flashing light. These two coppers standing there like... "What are you doing, Carrott?" "Mole catching." So they wandered over, you know, and I took him inside for a drink. And always popular, that. And the one guy was very sympathetic because he'd had a mole. And he sort of said, he understood, you know, and carry on, but like, be quiet. Bloody great 12-bore. So now I'm looking for a 12-bore with a muffler. Can help out. But they send you bonkers. They really. Whew. I mean, it's there now. Digging. In my garden. bet they've got me beetroots now. What's on tonight? Beetroot? Oh, great. Oh, I love beetroot. It's not as good as mothball and garlic, is it? Oh. And then fireworks, we can see what we're doing there. Bloody noisy up there the other night, wasn't it, mate?
I love it.
So he never gets his mole taken care of?
That's what's so sad. That's what I was going to wonder about. Like, did you ever get it? I wasn't thinking about what the issue would be with having a mole in your garden besides it's just you have this pest in there. But digging up the ground and those molehills, like you always hear about molehills, never even thought about it too much. The only mole I knew about was in the Super Mario Brothers video game. But that would be extremely annoying. Mm-hmm. But I love that little story. It reminded me of the animation from like the Frosty the Snowman cartoons, you know? So it was probably more like the 60s animation. I don't know. But I love the way he tells it. Whoever animated it did a great job of trying to show the expressions on the Jasper Carrott character as he's telling the story. But that would just be so aggravating. It reminded me of that movie Funny Farm where they buy, or Money Pit, where they buy that farmhouse for a really cheap price, but then everything just goes wrong. Everything falls apart. They keep trying to do renovations. Everything keeps going wrong, and it's just more and more money.
That stinks.
It'd be stressful. You just want to get one thing done, and everything is against you forbidding you to do that thing.
Yeah.
That would be my life.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You caused most of those issues, sister. Just kidding. If you had a mole, what would you do?
I'd hire someone to take care of it.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Some kind of exterminator.
Yeah. Someone who knows what they're doing.
But obviously, it's a tougher job than, I don't know. I have no idea what I would do. There's got to be some kind of mole poison that you can just put down all the holes and when it's walking around. But apparently they like that kind of smoke. The hardware guy, he's no help. He's just trying to make a buck because he knows all this stuff is garbage. That was fantastic. If you liked our reaction anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Goodbye.